Ethan, you have to do the hokey pokey. Dude, Luther's a badass.
It's Mission Impossible, Mom.
Mission Happy MIM.
Oh yeah.
In the lead up to
The Final Reckoning.
Hell yeah.
Hell
We're going
yeah.
to celebrate the fine work of IMF agent Ethan Hunt.
But first,
Yes, David's got nutrients.
Oh, but first.
so Roger doesn't get one because I bought these without knowing he was going to come. So I bought, and knowing Pat wasn't here.
Yes,
So
we do have a spectator, Roger.
I just have 4.
Yeah, so
He's
he's
not
in our
here
studio.
I've never had these.
It's beet
but
juice.
I've there's a lot of commercials for them. I've just never had one.
It's beet juice.
Oh,
What the hell?
Oh, I saw these.
these pop.
The pop sodas.
The MD Foodie Boys are sponsored by this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get sponsored.
Wait, what
new
kind
kind
what
of
flavor
soda.
is this?
Vintage cola. There's a lot of flavors, but I was like, we'll play it safe.
Keep
Get
it cold.
Okay.
Keep it cola.
Cola.
Keep it cola.
I like that.
Keep it simple. Simple mention.
I've never seen a commercial for these. I'm excited.
I haven't either, but I've only seen them
I feel like they're more like
with like
video
Chub
ads.
Perm.
Oh,
I
it's
think they're more video
digestive
ads
health.
than like actual.
Oh,
It's just kind of like the what Poppy is.
Nice.
It's kind of what like Poppy.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get a crack.
Oh, I feel like we haven't had a crack in a while.
Wait, let's get a cheers. Cheers,
Cheers.
gents, to Mission Impossible.
I don't know if this is like I don't know if this is any different from like.
It's an odd taste.
It's a unique taste.
It tastes like it supports digestive health. That's for sure.
That's exactly what it tastes
It
like.
tastes like cola at the beginning, but then it changes.
I've never tasted anything like that.
Plant-powered, microbiome approved. 3 grams of sugar per can. That's good.
There's
What is
5% juice in this.
What is
Just
the
some shit
flavor?
you see like a school nurse
There's
drinking.
juice in this? No, yeah, for sure. Definitely school teacher type stuff.
What is
Mhm.
the flavor? Is it
It's Coke.
Coke flavored?
It's
Cola,
supposed to,
yeah,
I think it's
Coca-Cola.
supposed to be Coke flavored.
It's like regular Coke.
It has like
That's what I taste.
I tasted it.
It's like a little off, but it's like
Now that you mention it.
immediately, but like the aftertaste is just
it's like the
it's very
smell. Like,
prebiotic.
the smell is very cola.
Well, you know who likes a good Diet Coke? Les Grossman, played by Tom Cruise in
Yeah,
the
that's
film
actually
Tropic
not
Thunder.
great.
Patrick is not here with us today.
No, he is not. He's off being a bitch somewhere.
He's mission out. And we have Roger, who
Our
just joined us.
spectator has joined us, and he's wearing a Diet Coke hat while we're drinking some vintage cola Olipop.
Like Les Grossman likes to drink, played by Tom Cruise, our boy Ethan Hunt. Mission Impossible month. This is probably the best movie franchise of all time, and
It
it's
is.
always up for debate in terms of just consistency rate. You know, we're about to be 8 movies deep, and they're just getting better. Jack, you'd never seen a single one.
Never.
This was your first time. What'd you think?
I like the overall feel of it.
Yeah,
Like-
the spy espionage stuff.
Yeah, no, I really
You know.
liked that. I thought it was wacky, but
So
it was
the
really
best.
great at the same
I
time.
don't want to push to this right away, but I just feel like I have to. So if you're listening to this, you feel like you've seen the movie. Jack, how do you feel about the ending?
I
Like
thought
Like the train?
the train,
Yeah.
and
I
the
thought it was
helicopter.
fucking nuts. Dude. Like,
It looks fucking ridiculous. Like the first time I watched it,
96.
like I knew it looked ridiculous, but I feel like I was just like I don't know. Like I feel like this time I was just much more like, what the actual hell is it? Like, am I watching right
Well,
now?
you know,
Like, well, how did Tom Cruise let this slide?
if this happened now, they would have flown a helicopter under it.
oh yeah,
he would have been all about that.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, how did Tom Cruise watch this?
I
And be
loved
like,
it though. I thought that was
30 years ago.
No, I know.
I thought that was
It
great.
was sick.
It's hilarious.
Little goofy look, but it was
No.
sick.
It was
We were
great.
just sitting in the
charming in a
helicopter.
way. Yeah, like can you imagine like Tom Cruise like standing
He
over a monitor
is-
watching that when it was done and finished, and everyone just starts clapping.
Krieger in the helicopter reminds me of like how someone would look in a Spy Kids vehicle,
Yeah.
just like way too big.
Well, Ghost
Sorry about
Protocol,
that, yeah.
the 4th one, is really where it starts to be like everyone has like a signature stunt.
Yeah,
Little housekeeping. Mission Impossible direct. The first 4 all have different directors. 5 with Rogue Nation is where McQuarrie kind of steps in, and he's now just the overall seer. But this is directed by Brian De Palma, one of the probably 5 biggest and most important filmmakers to come out of the 70s. It was like a class of like him, Scorsese, Spielberg, George Lucas, and like Coppola. And it's weird. This is kind of a weird one in his filmography because it's also not, though. It's certainly the biggest, but if you look at it, this one is separate from the rest of the Mission Impossibles in that it's very like kind of like a claustrophobic, like paranoid thriller. and that's a lot of like what BDP did with movies like Blowout, movies like Body Double, Dress to Kill, stuff like that. And Carrie, he directed Carrie. So yeah, I thought that was worth noting. It stars Tom Cruise, of course, Jon Voight, Ving Rhames as our boy Luther. He also is known for playing Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction and being the voice of the Arby's We Have the Meats voice. Henry Czerny, who plays Eugene Kittredge, who's just absolutely cooking every time in these movies. And very briefly, Emilio Estevez. Not credited. His name's not in the credits.
Really?
No?
Why?
I don't know, maybe he was just like, yeah, I'll do it.
It's not even like he had one line.
No, he's in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No,
That's weird.
I don't know. I didn't realize that until after, and I was reading about this, and it was like Emilio Estevez uncredited. I was like, interesting. Maybe he's doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
I'll sit in the elevator shaft.
Get fucking impaled.
This was. If this movie either had come out 1 year earlier or Final Reckoning came out a year later, it would have been a perfect 30 years of MI. This was released on May 22nd, 1996. We're coming up on the 29th. Released the same weekend as Spy Hard. Any Spy Hard fans?
I don't know what
This
that is.
That is, Leslie Nielsen, the guy from The Naked Gun, like Airplane, did all. It's one of his like spoof movies, one of the less successful ones. But thought that was neat. I wanted to talk a little bit about Cruise's 90s and how they're probably might be like one of the best 10-year stretches for any major Hollywood like movie star ever. I mean, a lot of it bleeds into like the 80s too. So this won't include like Top Gun, Rain Man, Born on the 4th of July, that sort of stuff. But just 90 to 99, you've got Days of Thunder, which is just like basically Top Gun, but NASCAR. He plays Cole Trickle. 92 and 90 also is where he meets Nicole Kidman on Days of Thunder, which they'll also end the 90s together, but we'll get to that. 92, Far and Away, where he's, I believe, an Irishman. I don't know much else about this movie, but I think he has an Irish accent. He plays Joseph Donnelly. And 92 is also A Few Good Men, which is just an absolute heater. 93, The Firm. He's Mitch McDeere. Great movie. 94. This one's odd. Interview with the Vampire.
Very odd.
It's him and Brad Pitt, a young Brad Pitt, as a homoerotic kind of young Kirsten Dunst. They're like a homoerotic vampire, not couple, but he's kind of like his big daddy as they're raising this young vampire.
Hey yo,
have you ever seen it, Jack?
A long time ago.
It's a weird Billy.
No.
It's weird.
I think I remember I watched it once, and then I was telling you about it. I was like, this movie's fucking nuts. 96. This is insane. Mission Impossible, this movie, and Jerry Maguire, where he's the titular Jerry Maguire. That's two of the like 10 biggest movies of 1996. Both are just absolute Cruise like headliners. And then 99, Eyes Wide Shut, and Magnolia. I think that's only really rivaled by like Tom Hanks's 90s run when he had like Forrest Gump, Philadelphia, Toy Story, Saving Private Ryan. Like, the Toms ruled the 90s.
They did.
I thought that was worth noting. Like,
This is better, Cruise or Hanks?
I mean,
in the 90s or overall?
Me, I'm going to say Cruise.
Yeah, you personally.
Yeah.
Guys are going Cruise or Hanks?
I mean, Hanks,
I'm
that's
talking
a crazy record.
Overall career or 90s?
Just 90s, we'll say for now.
Well, I'll read you Hanks. Hanks is actually pretty... I love Cruise.
Pretty stacked up.
Oh, boy.
In terms of just pure, like, hit on hit, 90 to 99.
Yeah.
Here's Hanks. You got 1990. Starting a little under the radar. You got Joe versus the Volcano.
Never heard of it.
He played Joe Banks.
Yep.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. And Bonfire of the Vanities, which is another Brian De Palma movie. 1992, Radio Flyer.
Nope.
Not familiar with that
I've
one.
heard of it.
But now we're getting into also 1992, A League of Their Own. 1993, Sleepless in Seattle and Philadelphia, for which he wins the Best Actor Oscar.
Yeah.
1994, Forrest Gump, where he wins Best Actor back-to-back years.
That's crazy.
1995, Apollo 13 and Toy Story.
Wow.
Is that like the only time that's ever happened?
Back-to-back Oscar wins?
For
Best Actor.
I'm sure it's happened for like,
I feel like
a category, like if we're talking any categories, but best actor.
I feel like it has, but I'm blank, or maybe it hasn't. There's been double winners, obviously. Most recently, Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
But yeah, then
Back to back.
1995, Apollo 13 and Toy Story. 1996, That Thing You Do, which he also directed. 1998, Saving Private Ryan and You've Got Mail, a reunion with Meg Ryan. In 1999, Toy Story 2 and The Green Mile.
Wow.
That's kind of hard to beat.
It's hard.
Ooh,
Yeah, that is
yeah.
hard to beat.
That's from what I know. Those movies are crazy. I haven't seen a lot of those though.
In terms of just like movies that are like canonized,
That's what I mean.
and like
yeah, it's like that's hard.
all timers.
Like me personally, I'm going Cruise, but
Yeah.
that is crazy.
I'd like to go Hanks.
I like a lot of the Cruise movies more, but Hanks is just like those are all like
All
beloved
timers,
movies,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
I might
Like-
have to go Hanks. What are you going with, Billy?
I just haven't seen one.
I think I'm gonna stick with Cruise.
Yeah.
Cruise is
I
my
like
guy.
all those Hanks ones, but
Mhm.
Cruise is just. I mean, they're all
Cruise
good.
is just like capital M, capital S movie stardom.
Yeah.
Like
like you see him and like I know it's gonna be good.
I think
Right.
Cruise might have had a slightly more interesting 90s because he closes it out with working with
Mhm.
Stanley Kubrick and Paul Thomas Anderson and stuff like that. But Hanks, I feel like it was just like, your parents probably love at least 3 of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it be Forrest Gump, You've Got Mail,
Toy
A League of
Story.
Their Own, Toy Story. Like they're both hit makers.
I'd say, yeah.
The only real note I have on the production of this movie, and I mean, there's probably some stuff I missed, but the only thing that like stood out to me, one of the first Hollywood productions to shoot in Prague.
Really?
Took till 1996.
This movie did pretty well, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it kicked off the franchise. It was,
Right.
I think, the third highest grossing movie of 96. It was behind Independence Day, ruled 96. That was number 1. And then I think Twister was number 2. I'll tell you guys something. I have never seen the film Independence Day.
I haven't either.
Really?
I know-
have
I
seen
know-
it, not in full.
Not in full.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I
And that's where another movie star was born with Will Smith.
yeah.
What
That
year
was
96.
96 same year. Okay.
that was a pretty loaded movie too. That was Goldblum. There was
Randy Quaid.
Randy
did that,
Quaid,
right? Judd
Psycho
Hirsch.
Randy Quaid.
And then I have number 2 that year
In
was
that movie.
Twister, which I
Who
have.
made that movie?
Who directed Twister?
No, Independence Day.
Roland Emmerich. He's he's known for disaster movies. That's definitely the peak. He did that, and like Day After Tomorrow,
Okay.
which are probably like the bigger hits. And then you got like 2012,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then he's kind of in the shitter now. A couple years ago, do you guys remember Moonfall?
I do
Yeah.
remember
I
Moonfall.
know.
He directed Moonfall.
Yeah, that was a good disaster, right? Just
Yeah.
shit on here.
Independence Day, I feel, is like a very like made for TV type of movie.
Really?
That's how I feel.
That was like an absolute blockbuster.
Like I feel like every time I'm just scrolling through.
Oh, you mean just like it's a cable classic?
yeah. Do you guys know how much this movie made Mission Impossible at the box office
Worldwide or domestic?
worldwide?
Worldwide, it made
It was $457.6 million.
yeah,
That
an
is
80
wrong.
million budget. Here,
Yeah,
What did it make in the United States?
U.S. made 180.981.
276.7 million overseas.
So here's the
That's a
top
lot of
10.
fucking money.
That's a lot.
Here's the top 10 highest grossing films in 1996, a year in which none of us were alive.
No, 0.
So it's not even like remember these. We're just looking back for I'll go from 10 to 1, even though we know one's Independence Day. Number 10, A Time to Kill. It's a
Ooh,
adaptation
McConaughey.
of a John Grissom novel. McConaughey and Sandra Bullock, right? Is she in
Mhm.
that? Number 9, The Birdcage. Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman. Number 8, Jack, I know this is one of your movies, The Nutty Professor.
Hell yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Hell yeah.
How many characters does he play in that one? Like 4?
I think 3 or 4. Yeah.
Does this count both versions of Sherman Klump?
So yeah, you could count 2 there already. Then you can count the.
Because what's the other guy? Is it Buddy Love? Is that
Buddy?
his name?
Yeah, Buddy Love.
And then is he both his parents?
the mom, and I think he plays the dad. Yeah, I think.
It's been a while since I've seen
I
that
think
one.
he plays the dad. Yeah. So
No.
four characters.
How many is he playing Norbit? 3?
Norbert, he's Rasputia.
He's Norbit,
then
Rasputia, and
Chinese
Mr. Wong.
Mr. Wong. Yeah,
Mr.
three-
Wong.
3 characters. Bring that back. Like one guy playing like 6
Multiple.
characters.
Mike Myers did that a lot too.
Yeah.
He
He
was, I think Austin Powers. He was Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, Fat Bastard.
That's crazy.
Peter Sellers, Dr. Strangelove. If you want to get a little more classical.
What like influenced that?
Genuinely, I think for at least Myers, it's Peter Sellers' British actor from like, the 50s and 60s. He played the original Pink Panther. He was known for doing like a lot of character work. Like there's the Stanley Kubrick movie Dr. Strangelove, where he's like 3 characters.
So that was kind of like a revived thing when it came to.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy did it a lot. Mike Myers did it. I don't know who the last person to really. I guess Adam Sandler, Jack and Jill,
and I think what was it? Adam Sandler did.
Was there another movie where he was 2 people?
No, maybe I'm just thinking of Click when he was skinny,
like
then he was fat.
Oh, he's a lot of versions of himself in Click.
That's what I was thinking of.
So number 7 for 1996, The Rock, Sean Connery, Nick Cage, Ed Harris, I believe, is in that one, right? Hell yeah, he is. Michael Bay movie.
Oh, boy, Ed.
Number 6, 101 Dalmatians. This was Disney doing live action remakes before they did them. This is with Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil. Number 5, I'll be interested to see if any of you guys are familiar with this movie. I've certainly never seen it. Ransom.
No.
It is it looks like a thriller with Mel Gibson. Here's the poster.
Nope, never seen it.
No, he's fucking sick though.
Mel Gibson, complicated figure these days. You know, he directed Flight Risk. That was tough.
That was not good.
Number 4, Jerry Maguire.
It was tough or it was rough?
It wasn't a pleasant watch.
Yeah.
Although Mark Wahlberg does give Topher a handcuffed Topher Grace a titty twister, and he goes, "Titty twist, you like that?" And that made me laugh.
Oh man,
it was a good laugh.
Number 4, Jerry Maguire. Number 3, Mission Impossible. Number 2, Twister.
Give me number 1. What is it?
Independence Day. ID4.
Independence.
Yeah, 1996, and that's not even including movies that
It's a great year.
weren't up there. Like, a lot of movies we love are in that year. Scream came out in 1996. David, Primal Fear. That's one I know you're into. Beavis and Butthead Do America. You know, it was a good year. That I wasn't alive for, but you know, I guess Clinton was just.
Lives on.
He was running the country. Yeah,
it lives on.
I feel like there's one more big one from '96 I'm forgetting. That wasn't. Oh, Fargo.
Oh yeah,
Fargo, which we've done.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. So that was a little retrospective on '96. The Olympics were held in Atlanta, I believe, that year. A brave hero named Richard Jewell. You know, he had his whole thing. If you've ever seen if you've ever seen the film Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood with Paul Walter Hauser. Do you guys want to get into categories?
Yeah.
We're recording kind of late today. Best scene. I have 4 nominees. I've got just the entire mission in Prague at the. I don't even know where they are. Like just that.
Like hotel or
that like socialite event.
apartment.
You got Emilio Estevez, you know, hacking into mainframes in the elevator shaft. Computer hacking used to be like before computers went too far, like with where we are now, like it was so sick. You have like a guy in a van just like clacking
full black outfits, the black hat.
Yeah, I wish we had more of Emilio Estevez in this though.
Me too.
I will note that when Emilio Estevez was on like his thing, he typed in internet access to get to the internet. It's like this is definitely a different age of spy.
Dial up. Yeah, I was like
when he gets impaled.
Like
poor guy.
I feel like now with, you know, all the shit that we can do with computers and like cyber terrorism and all that, like computer hacking's lost some of its cool. But like in like Y2K, if you'd have like a guy like pounding Monster like in a van, just like clacking keys. It was the sickest thing. Like Luther in this movie, the Ving Rhames character, he's the fucking man.
He is fucking so sick.
Is like hacking into the government still like a thing? You still hack into the government?
It's probably way too hard now.
Yeah. They've probably got, or maybe their servers are actually super weak.
Rogers is cybersecurity guy, our spectator here. So he's just.
I know nothing about any of this. 9 levels.
Unless you're Emilio Estevez.
Yeah,
he knows.
Dude, if Emilio Estevez survived and you got him and Luther in a van together,
they would have been unstoppable.
Oh my god, that would have been like a Marty Wolf. What's the guy from Hoot's name?
Oh.
What were you talking about if they collabed?
Chuck Muckle.
Yeah, Chuck Muckle. That would have been like if like they wanted to build a Mother Paula's pancake house in Hollywood. You know,
CEO douchebag,
unstoppable.
Chuck Muckle.
They could have walked Tom Cruise right to that damn vault.
Oh
if it was down to, he wouldn't have even needed.
Who did better, Chuck Muckle or Ethan Hunt?
Is Ethan Hunt the CEO of Mother Paula's Pancake House?
No, he's not. No, he's not. That is
Tom
not question.
Cruise is ripped in this movie.
He's looking good.
Tom Cruise.
He's looking good.
I feel like maybe he's probably ripped in general.
This was probably like the peak of his like.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to see
Movie
how
star.
jacked he is in the later
No,
movies.
we'll progress. But like he was like,
two, you know the way two starts with the the free climbing. Might have
So
to
you've
revisit
seen all
this
these?
too.
I've seen all.
okay.
Wait, so how old is he in this?
In this, he would have been like mid-30s, I think. I'm pretty all right. It's gonna be weird that I know this off the top of my head, but there's a reason. He was born in 1962 because I remember Top Gun Maverick came out in 2022, and people were like, "It's his 60th birthday." Like after like a month after it had come out, we were like, "This 60-year-old still cooking." So if this
34.
37. I mean 30. What? 30,
he would have been like 30, 34.
That's
35.
fucking crazy.
So like how like a little younger like Glenn Close.
Look at him now. He looks younger than 60, but still, that's insane.
He looks, I mean, like a 30-year-old in this movie.
I think like late 20s.
I would say 30 something.
Yeah, I mean he was like a little
When I
over
actually when I was
10 years
watching
into
it,
being like a movie star.
when I was watching it yesterday, I was looking at him. I was like, he's probably. I was thinking he's probably like late 20s.
This
I looked,
is-
and he was. I was.
yeah,
Jesus
I mean,
fucking Christ.
this is
35.
This is
Are
10
you fucking kidding me?
That was your honest reaction.
Yeah.
You said fucking Christ.
Well, I said it in my head.
This is 10 years post Top Gun where he's like the young gun.
Crazy.
Yeah. This is his prime.
13 past
This is
Risky
his-
Business where he played a high school.
Yeah, but that's crazy to think about. Like, just fucking like all the shit he's done, but he's like in this, like he's fucking 37. Like I'm not. I have 15 years to go to him at that point.
37 is kind of
I mean,
crazy.
35.
Oh, is he 35?
I think he was 34.
34.
Yeah,
34.
62 to 96.
We're all over.
34. He looks
Mid 30s.
I'll give you this. He does look a little bit younger than 34. I will give you that. By a few years. Maybe. Like if we're talking like technicality. Like if I had to like guess, I would say, yeah, maybe like a little bit younger than 34, but I'd say he looks good.
As the films go on, we're going to have a
Is
lot
your
more
script?
Thanks for letting me rant.
discussions.
Yeah.
My next scene I have
You're
is
talking about how good Tom Cruise looks.
Well, he was looking really good.
Oh,
you're not
He was
wrong.
Really
Yeah.
good.
dude, I mean,
When he's climbing,
he's a
Yeah.
capital class movie
There's
star.
some shots of him in his suit, and I was like, God damn.
He's fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh as
Like,
hell.
get me a suit.
Right.
I mean, do you think like this is a little off topic, but like in like the mid to late 90s, was there like a bigger celebrity couple than Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? Have we ever topped that in terms of just like stardom? The only thing I can maybe think of is Pitt and Jolie.
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
These days it's Taylor
Yeah.
Swift and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
or like Zendaya.
Yeah,
and
the-
Tom
Timothy Chalamet, whatever the fuck her name
yeah.
is.
Who is it? Kylie
Kylie
Jenner.
Jenner, yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel
Wait,
like that.
really?
Oh, hell
Yeah,
no.
see, like case in point. Yeah, like that's kind of like. I feel like the Kardashian Jenner clan is kind of all just like
Let's not.
no one really knows who they are.
I guess if you want to put,
Or, like
what, who would you say is the biggest one in the world today? I think if you're going to
Swift and
talk,
Kelsey.
100%.
no, it's got to be like, if
Oh.
we're talking movie world, it's got to be like Zendaya and Tom Holland.
Yeah, but Tom Holland, he's Spider-Man, but he's not like a movie star.
You're right.
But we don't really have many movie
I
stars.
just feel like for like the general media,
I
it's
feel like in
probably
the 21st
biggest.
century, it would have been Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie because they had Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And
Jada and
well, they've had their troubles. Yeah.
yeah, not anymore. But like they, yes,
Well,
they
yeah,
were.
Pitt and
Not
Jolie aren't
currently.
together anymore.
Yeah,
either,
exactly. So
Yeah, so like currently now, I guess Tom Holland and Zendaya. Like
if I had to guess,
I don't know. There aren't like Margaret Qualley and Jack Antonoff. I don't know who the hell Jack Antonoff was.
Dude, I still don't know who that
I'm
is.
trying to think of any other. Like Leo's never been pinned down. He's always just. hopping
I just
around.
feel like I thought about that one time. I was like, but those careers are just it's probably too hard.
with like when you're like a megastar.
Yeah, like Leo and Brad Pitt, like it's probably way too fucking hard to have a wife.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that most of them I feel like end up being similarly movie stars. Like again, Cruise and Kidman, Pitt and Jolie.
Yeah.
Dude, from the 90s to the 2000s, Brad Pitt had like a 3-act structure. Early in his career was Gwyneth Paltrow. They're in Seven together. Late 90s, early aughts, it was Jennifer Aniston. And then once he started shooting Mr. and Mrs. Smith, they were off. And I feel like now he's just like, I'm 62 years old, you know, I'm just
Yeah, no.
here to drive F1 cars.
Yeah, Brad Pitt in the fucking 90s probably could have gotten anybody he wanted.
He's a good-looking dude.
Who do we think, like...
And he had money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Who in what era do you think is the peak of, like, could have pulled anyone? Like,
it's got to be like Brad Pitt.
Like Pitt or Leo in the 90s?
Yeah,
probably
Leo. Yeah.
Trouble with Top.
Dude, in the 70s, I bet.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Like post-Grease?
Travolta would, yeah. Or even even further, what's his name? What's his name from Full House?
Tom Saget?
No.
Stamos?
John Stamos?
No, yeah, Stamos.
Yeah, the moms love him.
Yeah.
The grandmas.
Like, we don't... I guess the only one we have now is, like, Timothy Chalamet. Like,
yeah.
Who do we have these days?
Like, that the
Are people pining after Miles Teller?
No,
he had a bit of a he had a bit of a bump after Top Gun.
It's like
the stash.
I don't even think it's Tim. I think it's not even mainly Timothy Chalamet.
It's dudes like Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, Jacob Elordi, like Austin Butler.
Yeah,
Austin Butler.
Those kind of guys. Yeah. Who else? There's not even many.
I don't know how many. I can name you like a billion like big young actresses we have. Actors are tough. We have like your mind immediately goes to Timothy, or like Austin Butler, or Glenn Powell, or whatever. But like deep in the weed, like there's not a super deep bench. I mean, I'm sure there is, and there's just people I can't immediately think of. But like in the '90s, you had dudes like Tom Cruise, even though he was 30, so maybe he's not a good example. But like like Leo Titanic. When's the last time we had like an explosion?
Right.
Of someone? Probably Timothy and like Call Me by Your Name.
Probably, yeah.
And now he's Dune and all that stuff.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Johnny Depp, but
he was big. He was big
too.
No, we have nobody like that. Nobody.
I think the two because now people I feel like are just known for their roles. Like I feel like an example would be like Chris Evans. Like everyone knows him as Captain America.
Yeah.
But like Chris Evans' name isn't going to be like above a movie on a poster. Like oh shit. Like the 90s were just a different time.
Right.
Like Jerry Maguire was the 4th highest grossing film of 1996. And the poster is just Tom Cruise like kind of smiling and it says Jerry Maguire. That was a time where you'd be like, Tom Cruise is Jerry Maguire? Like, we're in.
Or American Psycho, Christian Bale. Just a dude.
Yeah, like Julia Roberts, Aaron Brockovich. Like, just a name and a name. And you're just like, all right, like, we're in. Like, that's what movie stardom used to be. Like,
I think we're just at a point where all those guys are like they're at the end, and now we just need the guys that are coming in. They just need the time to become those guys.
I think Timothy's there. Last year he had Dune 2 and Complete Unknown.
Because like when did Cruise like really start going?
Risky Business was the breakout. 83, 86 Top Gun. And he's like cemented as like a star.
He was right off the gate.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
well, you watch him in Risky Business, and you see like a star being born.
And
we just have nothing like that anymore.
He's a one of one.
Yeah,
he's still going.
Just to add off like what you said, like Chris Evans, like he's not like a household name.
No, he's Captain America.
Captain America is a household name.
If
someone was to be like, oh yeah, Chris Evans is a new movie. Who is that?
Yeah.
Captain America. Oh,
what sucks is like anytime you see him in when he chooses to be in, because he's had a bit of a rough few years, I feel like, but like when he's in like good movies like Snowpiercer and Knives Out, he's good.
Yeah,
he was good as Captain America too, but like
nobody knows
he just else. That's all he is to a lot of people. Like Chris Hemsworth, Thor, like he was awesome in Furiosa.
Yeah,
but like he's just Thor to everyone.
Yeah. What was I was watching Extraction. You guys ever seen Extraction?
I know of it.
My dad was watching it, so I just thought it's actually not a bad movie.
There's no reason, even though he's probably like pushing 60 and had been in like 300 already. Den of Thieves should have made Gerard Butler like the biggest star in the world.
Dude, Den of Thieves, man.
Dude, Big Nick should have been.
We absolutely must do Den of Thieves episode. Den of Thieves 1 and 2. What was the second one called? Pantera?
Pantera.
Yeah.
Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. Big Nick goes to Europe. It was awesome.
Back to back, like we do Den of Thieves week, 2 weeks. Oh, dude.
That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome. We'll have to do that for the future.
We got to try to get O'Shea Jackson Jr.
We'll get him on.
I bet you he would.
Yeah. Can we get Ice Cube?
Baby Ice Cube. Both of them. Let's get both of them.
You can do Friday, too.
I wouldn't know who's who. I wouldn't know who's
They
who.
look
very alike.
Yeah, he's clearly his son.
Yeah, obviously.
I quite enjoyed having a discussion about movie stars because this is actually something I think about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But my next scene is right. It's still in the Prague section, but the meeting with Kittredge in the restaurant. He's great. In 2 of these movies. He will pop up again, and every time Henry Czerny is on screen, he fucking cooks, dude. And in this one, like, there's so many Dutch angles, but by the end, we're basically like right under him, and he's just going like, our studio's been
John has entered the studio.
Spectator 2.
I know you guys were recording.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying I love Henry Czerny as director Eugene Kittredge, and anytime he has to give a speech to Ethan Hunt about how like this is a living manifestation of destiny.
I like when he's like whispering.
Dude, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, when he's like, if you want to shake hands with the devil, that's fine. I just want to make sure you do it in hell. Like, anytime he's on screen, just giving like speeches that sound slightly threatening.
Mm-hmm. They should sell that gum.
The red light, green
light.
Yeah. You got to track down Emilio. He's got some on.
That's insane.
You think he's still trapped in that elevator shaft?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Right. He's just going up and down. It's just kind of pushing.
It stinks in here.
It like gets stuck.
Yeah, but like imagine like I don't know like that idea is just insane for the red light green light. It's just like what a crazy concept.
We need gadgets back.
And the way that it happened too, like he slapped the glass and he
I love how this restaurant just has huge ass glass fish
tanks.
There was it wasn't anything like this, but I was at this bar in Toronto once called the Imperial Pub, and I hope they're all listening because they run a great place. It was the weirdest place I've ever been to, but around the bar was just like a big fish tank, and I went there like after midnight, and it felt like I was in like Eyes Wide Shut, but not like that part yet, but like. You know how before it's just like Cruz walking around New York having a really increasingly odd night, and he like goes to the jazz bar? It felt like that when he meets Todd Field.
It's kind of like that. Skipping forward a little bit, that's just one of my favorite shots is when the glass explodes.
And he's jumping out, and then he's booking it
from all the water. Yeah, insane, dude. That was a lot of water.
Yeah.
All the damage.
Huge tank. It's the entire front of the restaurant. It's just a giant fish tank.
It's crazy.
And there's one inside.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy
those Dutch. My next scene, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. I've got the Ethan's retrieval of the knock list from William Donlow's office.
Mm-hmm.
Just fantastic suspense filmmaking right here. This is that is something like the De Palma genes are clearly in there.
Mm-hmm.
You got the lowering him down, the sweat on the glass. Like it's like I want to probably like 8 minutes of just
the sweat
just like clench your butthole suspense.
Yeah. And I love that idea in a spy movie when they're hanging from the ceiling with like their arms and their out.
You got the guy
just below the floor.
You got the guy in the vent with the polio.
I love that idea. I don't know why it's so funny to me.
I was looking into this scene, and I was reading that like Cruz had a lot of trouble balancing.
They put
so they had to put like coins in his shoes.
Yeah, like British
balance him. But then also I was reading that De Palma just ran the camera. So like all of that was just like him.
Yeah, him like
actually just him just trying to balance. Yeah.
Well, this is actually week 2 of people being supported from a wire through a vent.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Codes.
Dude, the rat in the
back. Where are you?
We didn't see him kill the rat, right?
No,
because like it's like cuts. He's like scared, and then it cuts back. It's just dead next to him. Right? What
do we think he bit it?
Yeah, what do you do?
Do you think he could have started the bubonic plague too? Rats have been having a moment for me recently because I've been watching The Pit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there's a rat loose in the hospital. That's all I'll say. What do you think the apex for rats are? Ratatouille for rat representation in film.
I mean,
anyone can cook.
Probably
even a rat too.
There were some great rats in there.
There were some great rats in that.
I don't know if they've ever been represented better than Remy and Ratatouille.
New York City.
Wasn't there a saw trap with a rat that was like eating somebody? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that too. We got to run Saw on here. Just the first one. Just the first one.
The first one's the only good one.
A couple weeks ago, I was watching.
I enjoy the other ones. No, I've seen them.
Oh, you've seen all of them?
I've seen like
actually.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple. I've seen the first one years ago.
I enjoy some of the other ones, but the first one's the only actually like
good one.
This is a good movie.
That's the only one James Wan did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've seen the first one. I've seen Jigsaw. I've seen Spiral. I saw X in the theater, but I don't remember any of them. I remember X because it was like a year and a half ago.
Spiral was X.
Yeah, but it had a 21 Savage song.
It did, so that built all the hype.
And Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson.
If only people, if anyone was listening to this, could understand the hype that we had behind Spiral.
You had hype behind Spiral?
Oh my!
Because of the song.
Oh my god! Because 21 Savage dropped
the song Spiral.
And I was listening to it the one day, and I was like, I know what this beat is from, like the
It was Hello's Up, right?
And then like I was listening, I listened to it for like weeks before I even knew what it was from, and then I started to catch on. I was like, wait, this is like super familiar, and I was like, oh my god, Saw. And then turns out,
is that how you found out what the movie was?
What the movie was? I was like, why did he make a song with the Jigsaw beat? And then I was like, wait, they're coming out with a freaking movie, and then that's where the hype came from.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks ago, back to Rats, I was watching a movie from 1997, the year after this, called The Saint with Val Kilmer, and it wasn't very good, but it was similar to this movie in that it was a late 90s like adaptation of not 60s. Mission Impossible was a 60s TV show, but this was earlier than that, and it was kind of like if Paramount tried to do Mission Impossible before Paramount did Mission Impossible. Like, it just felt like they had already outdone themselves the year before. But there's a scene in which we're in like some like Russian gangsters like coke den, and they've got like a pit, and there's like two rats racing, and they're like gambling on it. So like I've been getting
racing is hilarious.
I've been getting a lot of rat content between the Saint, Mission Impossible, the pit. Yeah, rats are having a moment.
We should run some rat racing down here. Put the floor out.
Build a good track here.
What would you do?
Some cheese?
Yeah, some cheese at the end of the track. Yeah.
What would you do if you woke up and there was a rat like right in your face? Like, is there anything you'd like to see less?
I would like.
I'd way rather see that than like a spider.
Is that a spider?
Oh, 100%.
I'd
rather see a fucking rat, dude. Or a spider.
Pop out of my bed like a compressed spring.
Hell no.
I would just
depends.
That's what it would play.
Depends how fucked it looks.
Like if it's like you know that SpongeBob episode Wormy when there's the close-ups of the fucking butterfly.
Where is it? Where are you talking? Are you talking
like let's say you're laying on your side and you wake up and you say,
I'd probably dissect it first, right? Like I'd see, if there's like some matted fur on it, if its tail is like half like bit off.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I would knock it away.
I probably wouldn't be too scared.
What's that one thing from SpongeBob when I think he's like Mr. Krabs? Or no?
Oh, the Krusty Krab commercial.
Yeah.
It's like what's a Krabby Patty?
Yeah, like that sound would play as I spring up. Or no, like when he oh no, it's not the overtime. When they slam the rock
on children's fun. What have children ever done for me?
When Patrick closes the rock, it's just like that.
It becomes a spray.
Yeah.
I feel like we average like once an episode getting absolutely killed by SpongeBob.
Yeah,
God damn it, SpongeBob. This is the Tom Cruise pod.
Wait, what is that? What episode was that from?
The accordion?
Yeah.
Naughty Nautical Neighbors. Because that's when SpongeBob and Patrick are blowing bubbles and Squidward like starts beef between them.
Oh yeah.
And SpongeBob goes in his house and slams the door, and then Patrick slams his rock at him. And then Squidward chokes on the fork, and he's like,
I guess just if you're listening to this podcast, know you're going to get some SpongeBob.
We love SpongeBob. Yeah.
10-hour loop.
Who doesn't though?
Squidward choking on the fork.
Who doesn't love SpongeBob?
Whoa, Squidward, you're choking. I feel like the things that get us the most recently have been James Kent and my little finger.
Commander James Kent.
Commander James Kent.
New Jersey SWAT.
Don't do it, what?
The MIF should recruit fucking James Kent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in charge.
Dude,
3, 2, 1, I'm in charge.
I'm in charge.
James Kent versus Ethan Hunt. Holy shit.
Oh. What's your last scene?
Yeah, my last scene is the entire train finale.
Which one?
The train, just the whole train.
Yeah.
You got the mask reveal with John Voight, just all the under the tunnel helicopter flying, Cruise just with like 200-mile-per-hour winds, just like
his suit coats in his face,
yeah,
the tie,
and then of course the jump, and then the blade.
Insane.
Any scenes I missed?
My
choice for best scene is the knock list. It's just.
Oh yeah, I think those. I think what you said. Those are like
the set.
Those are the. Then what did you name? Those are the.
I had
movie.
one more, and it was just when Ethan and Jin were meeting after he found out he was alive.
That's a good one.
He was like going through like how it was accomplished, and he was just like, oh, no, but he's keeping that spy persona tight. Mm-hmm. I really like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What was your favorite scene? What did you say?
When he gets the knock list, when he's
that's like
the iconic scene.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Like you said, you're just clenching your butt cheeks all the time.
Yeah, I gotta go with the helicopter scene. It's just so wacky. Just that to me, like first time viewing.
That is like
this is
just
that's the
Fast and Furious.
That's like the most out there this franchise is gonna get. There's some stuff in 2 that's pretty nuts, but by the time you get to like the newer ones, like it's pretty white knuckle.
Like it's not like you're not seeing someone just the most ridiculous thing is like when someone's like flying away and then an explosion happens and it pushes them back.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
That's the greatest thing ever.
I love it. No, I love it. It's like that is the most unrealistic thing in history.
But
so
I would love to be behind all the technology to make that, and then telling everyone in the group like, guys, there's we're gonna have this explosion scene.
That's basically
Tom. You're gonna fly towards the camera. It's gonna be insane. Let's go make it.
That is what
we had.
Vin Diesel strives with. That's just all his stuff. It's just.
I think whenever we decide
jumped a bridge.
that the Nice Guys Filmcast has to have a Viking funeral, we're gonna do 10 weeks of Fast and Furious.
In the future, that's a task.
Going to be the last 10 things we ever do.
That's a task.
We're just talking. We're just talking about
maybe that will be the Nice Guys finale.
That's what I'm saying. Is when we have like a Viking funeral.
Yeah.
Although I would I'd love to do 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I love those. Once we get to like F9, it'd be a little tough.
This is
the space one.
This is really off topic. Me and Billy were just talking. I'll try and keep it on topic from here on out. I just want to mention this, but like. Vin Diesel jumped a bridge, and we were just doing like the arm movements when someone's like jumping like really like
an insane distance.
Jump their legs and their arms. Like, that is insane.
Grabs her.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is that in? Is that in 6?
I think so.
Yeah. There's like the tank, right?
Yeah,
there's like the 2 sides of the bridge. He jumps from bridge to bridge.
He's doing the
he lands on the car.
He
landed on the fucking bridge.
Rolls in midair and then breaks her fall.
No injury. On the windshield. Doesn't go through the windshield.
Oh no. Oh no!
Windshield stops.
Yep.
I love the first. I'll happily do 1 and 2. Dude, a great month of just 4 weeks would be first 2 would be the Fast and Furious, Too Fast, and then both Den of Thieves.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh,
that would be garbage month.
That'd be awesome. That's not garbage to us.
But. No, it's not garbage, but it's garbage. Yeah. It's like gas station hot dogs. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's a bad example. If Pat was here, he'd be like, "Ooh, those are good."
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone have a best quote?
Strays. I had one.
I did have.
I like Kittredge's. If you want to shake hands with the devil, that's fine with me. I just want to make sure you do it in health.
That was mine.
I have Kittredge saying, "I wanted manning a radar tower in Alaska by the end of the day. Just man on his clothes."
Anytime he speaks, it's just fire.
I take it easy on my wife's coffee.
Who said that?
That's John Boyd. Yeah.
At the beginning when he's like briefing him.
And then hasta lasagna.
I knew that would get you.
Yep. And then I had one more. I forget who said this. I didn't have it. He's like, "And you think we can do this? We can do it," or something like that. I don't know. I just thought that was I think it was Ethan, Hunt, and then Jim.
It's kind of like Interstellar. Like, it's not possible. No, it's necessary.
Exactly. Something like that. That's all I had.
Sixth man. I didn't have any competition. I knew going in who it was. I'm going with William Donlow. Poor guy's just getting fucked with all day.
I just had to go Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
He's my boy.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I had
What's his name? Is it Jack?
Jack,
yeah.
I had both of them, and then I had the train operator who passes out at the end.
Yep.
Yep.
I just
need that little touch of comedy there.
Yeah, just that little bit of,
I love, every time William Donlow thinks he's done, he retches right again and has to run back to the bathroom. It's like, this guy's just... I know they need him out of his office so they can get the list, but, this guy's just casually having the worst day of his life, It's just puking. Best shot. Basically anything from this scene would work for me, but I'd have just, like, the dangling, like, when he's at the computer and his legs are up.
Yep. I had, like,
pleasing.
In, like, the same thing, but when he's typing on the computer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the shot from, like,
The zoom in on the sweat on the lens is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you had, Bill?
I have Tom Cruise running.
Which
that will be just very repetitive.
When he's in Prague, there was just one scene when he's absolutely booking it. When he's running to everybody over the radio. I forget who he was running to exactly in the scene, but he's just bending the corner. Like long, big
when everything's getting fucked up.
Running is Ethan Hunt's favorite thing to do.
Yeah, he runs a lot.
Yeah, and then obviously running away from the water explosion scene. And then it was when that's more of like a best moment.
Well, let's go for it. Best moment's my next category.
When the helicopter explodes, and then
it propels him forward.
Yeah, and then anytime he rips the face off.
But my best moment is the first one because that's right in the first scene. That's the first of many to come.
And that's all I got.
Best moment. Anyone?
Best moment I put So when he's in the vent and the rat starts coming.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is like a very important mission they're on.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like you gotta know, like, just let the rat do what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
And not.
If you saw a spider coming and you were in the.
Well, I'm not. I'm not that skilled.
Let's say you were. But you have a deathly spider.
Well, I feel like they should have made it known he was definitely afraid of him.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Well, he overcame it
because
you marked
like this is big business. Like you can't be afraid of that.
No, you can't.
He almost ruined their whole entire mission because of a little rat
folding under pressure.
Oh shit! Oh rat! What's Chef Skinner Ratatouille? Rot!
Yeah.
Billy, did you have dude? Fucking Gusto got criticized once, and then he fucking.
You know, so there was a cheers between Ethan and Luther. I put that in.
We have to do Ratatouille pod. Sorry.
What was that, David?
I said there was a cheers between.
Oh no! When they're at the bar at the end, and those cranberries are playing.
That was mine. Them having a beer.
It's like,
like these are the two.
This is what it's all about.
These are the two guys right here.
Once when everything's done.
Is Luther in every movie?
He's in everyone.
Yeah, these are the two boys right here.
It's just like a cookout scene in Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
you know,
with like the Latin hip hop music.
Some Modelo to people walking in.
Going. All the cars in the driveway.
Tyrese is being a goofball, and Ludacris is like, "What are you doing?"
What was the one line that we came up with for Tyrese and Ludacris?
Or something like, "I'm hungry," and like, "Is you always complaining about something?" Something like that.
Doesn't he actually say we hungry though? Like we said.
No. In Too Fast, Too Furious, there's a scene where he and Paul Walker are outside of like Eva Mendez's house or whatever, and Tyrese says like, "You got any food? We hungry." He says like OUNGRY.
We hungry.
Too Fast, Too Furious has a great moment of unity when Paul Walker says with the straightest face of all time with this pasty white boy, he says, "Forget about it, cuh." And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Who could Ed Harris have played? I had John Voight's Jim Phelps.
That's right.
Yep.
Part of me was thinking Kittredge, but I was like,
Henry. That was my choice.
Really? Yeah. I just associate Henry Czerny with him so much because it was his line deliveries, but he could have been Ethan Hunt, and I'd be happy with it.
It's hard to replace, but I feel like Harris could do a good job. Just like the intenseness of the MIF guy.
Yeah,
like in the scene boss where he was talking to Ethan, that's where I really made that choice because I'm like, I could easily see Ed Harris just grilling him right now.
Yeah.
But being like way more, stern about it and just being like, why don't you put the phone down, Ethan, or something?
You want to say Devil's Hand, that's fine with me.
Also,
I want to make sure you do it in hell.
Side note, music by the lead singer of Oingo Boingo.
Excuse me, what?
Danny Elfman.
Excuse me, what?
He's the lead singer of the band Oingo Boingo?
He is.
I did not know that. He's the frequent composer for Tim Burton.
Yeah.
He did the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
Neat. I didn't know that.
Yep. Said it right in the beginning. Music by Danny Elfman.
I just didn't clock it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I know.
The scores have changed, I think, throughout. Lauren Belf does them now. I think Michael Giacchino had a dip at it.
They should have stood true to Elfman.
It's all incarnations of the same theme.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on Mission Impossible?
In honor to Pat, who can't be here.
Yes.
Yeah. No gambling.
No
freeze frame.
No title drop.
And what did you guys watch this on?
Paramount Plus.
I have the Blu-ray.
Paramount Plus.
I watched it on Paramount Plus.
Ooh.
I was thinking between Prime Video and Paramount.
It's on both.
I watch it on Paramount.
For anyone who wants to watch along, they're streaming on Paramount Plus or streaming on Prime.
Yes.
You can visit your local library, see if they've got a physical copy.
Or buy the entire collection.
Are they all on Paramount?
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, okay. Well,
and Prime.
We better be making some sort of ad revenue off of this because,
Dude, if we can get Cruz and Corey down here, maybe we can get invited to the Final Reckoning premiere at Cannes.
Oh yeah,
we really do need to have like a special guest on here. Like, for instance, like if we were watching Hoot, right? We gotta get what's his face on your fingers? What was his name?
Fingers. He can't be hard to reach.
What's he doing?
Maybe Logan Lerman or Brie Larson might be a little tough, but Mullet Fingers, he can come down.
Maybe we change our entire style and just do movies like that and just try to bring those people on and just see how they're doing.
Yeah,
just talk about their movie with them.
See what they're doing in life.
Yeah,
maybe give them $100 and a drink. They get a drink.
Yeah, they do.
They get a drink
included in that.
Yeah,
that's not included in that.
No,
yeah, like Big Fat Liar. Like we know what Frankie Muniz is up to. He just loves racing cars. But like if we can get the guy who played Rudy, the sister's boyfriend, I'd love to get in contact with them.
Yeah. And then they maybe get like a special chair down here. Like they get like they get a good chair at the end of the table, or we split the table in half. So like we're all surrounding them, and then they're at the center of attention right there.
You just like bedazzle that up.
Yeah, if anyone's listening right now, we're kind of just explaining the layout of the studio.
The studio.
It's a $10,000 Game of Thrones Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Put it down here. They get a special.
Or what if we put them in like a booster seat? It's like we're boosting you up.
Yeah, and where you're at the center of attention. They're like
a high chair
touching the ceiling.
Yeah, they're like
I'm very uncomfortable.
Really
Keep looking down on us.
You guys don't gotta be doing all this.
Boot, mullet finger.
Yeah, like
what was it like?
What was that like?
Did your feet get dirty?
Oh, you know who would 100% come down here for that?
Who?
The child from the first Pet Cemetery. He would immediately take it.
Yeah, he's at like 80 Comic-Cons a year.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd make it.
I'd be like, what was it like working with Fred Gwynn? And you'd be like, oh man, you're such a legend.
Doesn't remember.
It's like you were fucking two.
You were two. Didn't remember shit.
I don't know how hard it'll be to get guests after we just talk shit about them.
No, let's get guests like that who clearly don't remember anything from like child actors.
Yeah, like when
they don't remember
toddlers.
Shit. And then we lure them down here. And we shit on them because it's like, you don't remember squat from that.
You don't remember fucking
squat.
squat.
You're going to Comic-Cons and
you're fucking
50 states.
All this.
You're going overseas.
This is something your parents fucking
You don't remember that? You're charging $80 for an autograph and $150 for a picture.
Yeah.
And you're getting paid. And you don't remember shit.
Should baby actors be paid? Like, should that go into the baby's bank account and not the parents?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, should the plastic baby from American Sniper have gotten the check?
Baby actors should get their own Roth.
Do you think
and
parents
just have all their
commission off of
everything positive
child's income?
We'll have to ask them.
Obviously, the parents were like, "Okay, you're going to be in Pet Cemetery now."
Yeah. Like, all right, now you got to just walk in the street.
That's kind of messed up. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm
on the road.
I want to put my child in a Stephen King film.
I mean, unless the events of Boss Baby are to be believed.
Well, then some of them
I feel
also
like they kind of already have it made if it goes to the parents.
It's based on a true story after Boss Baby.
Some of them also like just go on to do other stuff. Like the kid who played Danny in The Shining, I think he went on to be like a college professor.
Oh, okay.
That's just a crazy.
That's way better than just eating off of Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
life. Like go get a fucking job.
Like hopping through Comic-Con.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
Like go get a job, dude.
How many child actors have been able to successfully parlay child stardom into a serious adult movie career?
Few.
Yeah, but there's quite.
Macaulay. I mean, he's doing well, but like
he's a big face, but he's not a big actor.
Yeah,
true.
I asked Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
No,
there's definitely.
What about any of the kids from the Sandlot?
No, they're all at Comic-Cons.
We could probably get Pork down here.
The Goonies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman was huge in the 80s, but he kind of fell off. That's kind of a sad story. Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah.
Did any of the kids from It do anything?
Oh, like wasn't Seth Green in that?
Yeah.
So I guess him.
I guess like who's today? Like who's younger? Like who's acting like as a child when we like?
I was just, she's like 40 now, but like Kirsten Dunst was in Interview with the Vampire in Jumanji.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like our age.
It's now in our generation, like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon was like a huge farming plant for these, but a lot of them went off the rails.
You could count like
Lindsay Lohan's making a comeback.
You could count Zendaya. Well, she wasn't really like a baby, but like she was.
No, I just mean like child.
Elle Fanning.
Yeah,
Miranda Cosgrove.
Dakota Fanning's still popping too.
Yeah.
The Fanning sisters.
Elle was Dakota in movies as
Dakota's
child?
bigger than Elle.
Yeah, but I mean, was she in movies as like a
baby?
Baby?
Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. There's a War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. She was in that.
Oh yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz was in a lot of stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Kick-Ass.
Yeah, she kind of fell off too.
Like after like.
No, well, yeah, she did. Like, what was her most recent? I know she was in 2018.
Last thing I can think, there was a movie from 2018
Carrie.
called Miseducation of Cameron Post, I think. That's the last thing. I'm sure there has to be something more modern.
Or was she? Yeah.
Where did she come from?
Chloe Grace Moretz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she's popped up. In 2010, she was in Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Kick-Ass. In like a month span.
Yeah.
She was.
She was in Diary of a Kid. Yeah.
She's out of my league too. She was the younger sister, I think.
Wasn't Carrie 2018?
Carrie was 13.
Oh, was it really that old? Wow,
Yeah.
I thought it was 18.
There's another one I just thought of, and now it's escaping.
Like a child.
Yeah, like you think Jacob Tremblay is gonna go on and do big things? He was in. I mean, I guess he's still popping up.
Who's that? I feel like there's
you
another
can count
one.
Ariana Grande, I guess. She
was a young actor. I don't know if she was a child actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the Disney Channel and Nickelodeon ones also go into music, which means like they're big personalities.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of just like he wasn't a child actor, but like Zac Efron went from like Disney Channel to now he's like the Iron Claw, you know?
Yeah, same with like Zendaya.
Yeah, like Zendaya is like one of the biggest like under 30 actors we have.
I'm trying to think of like child actors right now. Like I guess there's like they're just not in anything.
A lot of them ends up being pretty sad. A lot like Edward Furlong from Terminator 2. You would think he would.
Skylar Gisondo.
Dude, that kid has been cooking.
Yeah, he's been going forever.
He was in. I'm trying to think of the earliest. He's the kid from. I don't know how to describe him, but you just see him and stuff. He was one of Dewey Cox's children on Walk Hard.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Booksmart. He's worked with Paul Thomas Anderson. He was in Licorice Pizza.
Like, do you think like the kids from like the Black Phone are gonna do something?
Mason Thames is kind of cooking. He's in How to Train Your Dragon.
What about that kid from like A Quiet Place?
The son?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of fell off. He was in Ford versus Ferrari too.
He popped up quite a bit. Yeah.
Same with like some of the kids from like Stranger Things.
I feel like
I feel like most of them they're just not.
They're not really doing anything else.
I also
like Millie Bobby Brown is just in, like,
from what I see from them, other than like Finn Wolfhard, I don't think any of them are trying to be like big.
Yeah.
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown, but like nobody cares about her.
That she's in stuff like the Electric.
A lot of them are doing music.
Yeah. Really?
Like I know Joe.
Yeah.
But
he wasn't.
I don't know his name. Jonathan Heaton. Is that his name?
Charlie Heaton.
Is that his name?
Is that the like,
Jonathan?
His
name's Jonathan.
Yeah. John, yeah.
I know he does music.
Damn.
I think Dayton Monterazzo does music.
If you guys had to place a bet, just to close this out, who's the next? Not that I think we'll ever have another Cruise, just for better, for worse, all of his stardom, his eccentricities, whatever. Like, who's the next Tom Cruise?
It's.
I don't think there is another one.
No, it's not. It's not ever going to be close.
I guess the question should be like, who's the next like
big star?
MS, like capital M, capital S movie star.
Probably Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. I have to agree.
And I mean,
I think things are going well in the Glenn Powell industry too.
Yeah, he's just older.
Yeah, that's true. Like you wouldn't think he's like mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird.
He's the same age as Emma Stone.
How Austin Butler just kind of came out of nowhere again too.
Yeah,
he was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, he was on Nickelodeon. And it's just so weird how he like is now like he was Elvis.
Fade route though.
It all started with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was in that. I mean, that movie has become all the fucking young people from that movie are like big stars now, which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's my favorite movie.
These guys just got to do something like Tom Cruise and build an empire.
Game.
Yeah,
it's just harder now because there's so many. Like they're competing with the Rizzler. You know, there's so many different forms of stardom. They're like it used to just be like movies were like the pinnacle of pop culture. Now we have doom scrolling.
There's no like consistency.
I think we're all in agreement. I think Chalamet's doing it right.
Yeah,
You want to know what is inconsistent to this movie franchise?
What's that?
MI2.
It's very
different.
It is different, and we will talk about Mission Impossible 2, directed by John Woo, next week.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Brain death.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Daddy!